Well, hello, welcome or welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are doing the September budget setup. This is the September calendar. As you can see, nothing on it yet. I don't put in when bills are due, I put in when I pay them. I keep my account at a month ahead so that I pay them when they come in versus paying them based on my paydays. That's just what works for me. As you can see, 2 paydays, there will be 4 days going towards my savings. I'll follow the savings challenge that I've been following and see what goes in there. Moving on, here's our debt tracker. If you saw the August budget review, you saw that our debt went up. Again, not surprising. Student loans will go up by several hundred each month no matter what, and I will definitely not be paying that down in any of my others. However, our credit cards went up as well. This is based on statement to statement versus like a certain day to a certain day. I go statement to statement because if I went like, the day I got around to it, I could literally manipulate the numbers and make it look better. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. So I go statement to statement. Anyways, that puts the debt that I am focusing on, wanting to actually get rid of, is $13,908.64. That is the focus on paying off at this point. The student loans is at nearly $75K. If you know, I think they are supposed to be paid off around, I think there's 1 or 2 of them that's supposed to, balance out to 0 in 2032, and the others like 2035, 2036, something like that. Again, we don't know what's happening with student loans, so whether they'll actually abide by that is hard to say. Doesn't matter. I can't pay any money on them right now anyways. So it just is what it is. But that brings the total debt at $88,666.76. Again, we haven't started on spending, but the first week will be the 1st through the 8th. And we'll probably try and do a mid-month check-in like we did last month and just see where things are at. More space if needed. Hopefully we're definitely going to be keeping things down to just 1 page and not needing the 2nd page. Weekly budget. Haven't fully filled in. I don't know if I'm going to put in the other spending category again this month. I might also, in the week 5, put the credit cards in there so that this number is equal to the balance on this page. As you can see here, I have already filled out my income, my projected incomes. I have it up at $950. I usually only have it at $900. I don't know why I decided to do $950. Anyways, like I said, if you watched the review, August review, I already knew my reselling was at like half of what it usually is. It's at only, so I budgeted it for $250. Total was $269. Yeah, I guess I'll work with $950. That would make the total 19 plus 250, 150. We have income here and expenses here rather than these being, projected and actual instead. This is the direction things work better for me. So projected income will be $2,100 $1.50. I think that's correct. I do not have a calculator available to me. Actually, I think I do have a calculator. Baby calculator. This is on my MP3 player, so we'll just double check my math. 2,150. Let's set this over here for the time being in case I need it. So now, let's fill this out. For rent, we have $600, which I have actually already paid. I pay usually a day or two before the beginning of the month. Phone is at, it was always projected at 100. I project it now at 90 because I have it to where it automatically comes out, which is saving me 10 bucks. Electricity, I always budget 150. I haven't paid anything on it the past couple months because Colorado Leap is just like crazy. I don't know what they're doing, but a lot of us that had it have had extra money coming in to us to be covering our electric gas bills. Super thankful for that, but I still budget the 150 because I really don't know when that's going to run out. Additionally, not on here, we have internet, and we are budgeting 100 this month. We used to budget like 90. Internet keeps going up. I believe it was at like 95 last month, which is crazy, but it's just really the only best one we've got around here. That brings this total to, we will go ahead and use the calculator because that's easier. 600 plus 90 plus 150 plus 100 equals 940. Clear that. For some odd reason, this calculator doesn't have an actual, like, clear button. I don't know why. You just have to, like, delete it back. Very weird. Under transportation, we have gas. We budget for $50. And that is it. We could put in insurance, but we've got a thing right below it that is insurance. Now my car insurance is also mixed with my rental insurance, so I just put it all there. But under health, we budget for dentist. I have a monthly dentist payment of $30. It is kind of like dental insurance, but not quite. It costs about the same of dental insurance if you were to go get it on your own, at least the insurance we have here. But they won't, where I like to go to the dentist, you can use your insurance, but you have to file the claim yourself, which is just a hassle. And using theirs basically gets you the same stuff as the regular dental insurance. Dental insurance you might get a little bit more out of, but like I said, don't want to deal with it. Let's see, the car and rental insurance is at 80. I don't think no life, no home. Home is rental insurance, so we're at 110 estimated for those. Now, I separate groceries, and over in this category, I put in spending. Just because not everything is groceries, but I lump it all together rather than separate it out. If I find I'm continually having problems with spending, then I might have to separate it out. I never had to before. I was always just like, okay, needing to, check it with the spending. So we will see. I'm budgeting 600 total, which would be 300 for groceries, 300 for spending. I remember when I could literally groceries and spending, and this is just a few years ago. I would spend 40 bucks a week on like my groceries, and then maybe 10 bucks on additional things. So 50 bucks. 200 bucks a month would cover all that. Now, I struggle at 600. I struggle to spend less than $150 each week on the groceries and necessities portion. And then I was clearly overspending buying other stuff last month. So, and I have already done my grocery run for the first week, and I believe it was like 120. So I've got another 30 for the week for anything I've missed getting, and cost of things, you know. Oh, it's hard. It's hard, people. It's hard. So that totals 300. Now, other spending. I don't really have any projects. I do need to go to the eye doctor. I'm thinking of putting it off until next month. I also need more ink for my printer. And I need to order that. So I'm wondering if I should put in an other spending and maybe do $50 for ink. Maybe have it very much separate, because ink is expensive. And it's like adding it into the spending would mean I'm eating ramen. Nothing but ramen, so we will separate it again. And I like having the other spending. I do not know what it is doing outside, but it literally kind of sounds like somebody snoring. It's very weird. And that just gives me a little extra in spending. You know? So, and I don't even know if my expenses is going to even come close to this. It's probably going to be over that amount. My entertainment. I have my Hulu. I budget $2. I think I've got a couple months left at it being 99 cents plus the tax, which makes it 107, 109 or something like that each month. I just budget the $2. Now, loans, I do not, again, put in my student loans. I do have my personal loan, which I just write what it is so I know which one it is. And that's at 56. It ends up being like 55 something. It is a set number each month, but I don't like to budget in that way. I like to do my expenses a little bit over. And if you actually follow your budget and your expenses and stuff are a little bit over, then things wind up being less and you just start feeling really good about following your budget. So that's just a little help. Anyways, got credit card number 1, which I try to put 200 on, and credit card number 2, which again I try to put 200 on. And then additionally, no, I don't think I put anything else in that. Yeah, because the next one's savings and stuff. That gives me 456 in that category. Now my savings, because I'm doing the savings challenge, it's what is it now? It's 50 to 100, $50 to $100, just depending on. I could roll the dice and end up paying up to $100, and if I roll the dice and it's only giving me $5 a week, then I will jump that up to 50 no matter what. And then I have investments, and I do $50 each month on that. It's hard to say how things are gonna go with that. Stock market is up and down right now. If it's down and things kind of get back on a normal track again, if I'm putting money in it now and then it goes up, that's good for me. If it just continues to be, you know, a little volatile, a little unpredictable, and my investments might not be worth much of anything the rest of my life, who knows, but Gotta have something there, you know. So the subtotal is 100 to 150. Now my miscellaneous, I do have this, which is for reselling, which is $9 a month. And that one does come out at $9 exactly a month. And then I put in my interest for my cards. And this one I was doing at 100, but my cards went up. And the interest last month was like 120, so I'm going to go ahead and do 130. And then for my other card, I do that one at 140. And the card did go up a little bit, so. And then we have Audible and Prime. I should probably get rid of these, at least one of them. But Audible is at $16 a month, and Prime I thought was 15, but it's not. It's comes up to like 16 something, so we do that at 17 this month. That gives me a total here. I'm gonna go ahead and do on the calculator because yeah, I don't want to. These were easy to figure out. This one requires more thinking, and I don't want to think right now. Plus 140 plus 16 plus 17. I think that's it. Yes. That comes up to 312. And then we will use the calculator again to add them all up and see what my projected expenses are. So let's see, that's 312 plus, I'll put in just the full 150 on this one, even though it could only be 100, plus 456. You did not put in the plus. What are you doing? Okay. 312 plus 150 plus, I didn't like the plus sign last time, 456 plus 2 plus 350 plus 3, we're at plus 110 plus 50 plus 940 equals, see, my expenses are at 2,670, and my income is definitely lower because I know I'm not making as much reselling, and unless something changes, my pay, I won't be getting much in overtime pay, so yeah. One thing I will do is see how things go and maybe consider canceling those things just to save 30 bucks. 30 bucks is 30 bucks, you know. Additionally, usually electricity is not this high. There's just a few random months during the year in which it will go up that high. So, we'll probably save a little bit there. Gas, I never pay $50 for gas. Some months I don't even buy gas. So most likely I'll save 25 to 50 there. Those will be what those are. I would love to be able to get this down, but I'm just finding it impossible unless I literally want to eat nothing but ramen, which I don't think I can do that. I mean, I could if I absolutely had to, but I would like to be getting a little bit more protein. My body seems to be kind of demanding protein at the moment, so I did try, or I did change up some things that I normally buy to try and save money. We'll see how that goes. These are what they are. This could, of course, go in the negative. At this point, it's showing that it will. Savings and investment, again, it's just one of those things where... Did my light just go off? It did. I don't know why. Oh. Hold on. This is the battery's too low to use the light now. That's lovely. Okay. We're at the end of this anyways. Sorry for the sudden darkness. I did not even think about plugging in this camera. I do not know why. But battery's getting low. I'm going to have to plug it in. It's going to stop on its own in a sec if I don't. But we will see how things go. We'll do a check-in in a couple of weeks. And until then, you know, please do all the things. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.